Hello, my queens and kings. Welcome to Pharaoh Tarot. I'm Butterfly Williams, and I'm setting up a moonwave reading for the new moon in Gemini. Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. What we do here at Pharaoh Tarot is channel ancestral wisdom for contemporary times through tarot and oracle card readings. If anything that I'm about to say resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. It really helps out the channel. I'm also available for personal readings, and you can find out your options for that in the description box below. I'm so grateful that you have chosen to spend your time with Pharaoh Tarot. So, let's get rolling. Hello, my queens and kings. Welcome to the moonwave reading for the new moon in Gemini. Well, it's looking like the overall energy for the new moon in Gemini is the Five of Wands. So it's looking like people around you are getting a little competitive. They are jockeying for a position. They're wondering why you should be the one who gets the prize when they, in fact, are the ones who really deserve it. But is that really the case? Who could be giving you the evil eye? Is it a bunch of high priestesses? But do they realize that perhaps you have the magic within to actually deserve to come out on top? And it's looking like you might actually not only have the magic, but all the resources you need to come out on top. This competition is about spirituality, who might be the best able to access the secret knowledge that helps one to do their best and survive and thrive in this world. There's definitely this sense of spirit guides and angelic forces, helping one to wade through all the choices and challenges and obstacles here. And there's a sense of, resources to manifest one's vision, being at risk. It's a very highly charged, high-powered situation because all of these are major arcana cards. And there's definitely something about spirituality and the ability to have a vision and also the ability to balance opposites in a magical way that is bound up in this competitive situation. That could be very serious, but you're being advised not to take it too seriously because you've got the Three of Cups in the overall advice. This is about getting together with your friends to celebrate and enjoy life. It's very much the spirit of reunion, of remembering the good times and creating good times. It's very much about togetherness. It's very much about feeling socially connected. You're wanting to kind of avoid being standoffish, sneaking away, being secretive about the situation. It's better to find social support. Yeah, you are burdened with needing to make some major life choices. At this point, you're not exactly sure which way to go, and it's looking like your choices are pretty stark. Again, finding support with your friends is the way to help alleviate the worries that you might have. Because there's also a sense here of really needing to move forward with a new way of thinking about life and to really put it out there in the world. You've got the Knight of Machetes clarifying your advice card. There's something here about sharing ideas, with your friends, taking especially those kinds of ideas which allow you to cut out the BS, cut out what no longer serves you. There's very much a sense here of needing to act quickly, to charge forward, to be bold and courageous about it, and to really kind of stand up for your own ideas and your own beliefs. Doing this in the context of having an enjoyable get-together with your friends is really the way to go to cut against, what might be some of the heaviness in the competitive vibe that we're dealing with this month. What's at the heart of the situation? Stability. There is a need here to maintain what one has and perhaps to, acquire a little more so that one feels secure in the situation. And perhaps these resources are needed to be gathered to help you to move on. You've invested a lot of time and resources in the old cycle, but that looks like it's expired its usefulness. You're wanting to invest in some newer situation. And it's definitely occurring to you as some heavy burden. In fact, a bunch of people may be competing for the kinds of resources, that you need in order to move on. A bunch of people may be wanting, to move on. And they may be in a feisty mood and wanting to give you a piece of their minds about whatever the past situation is, whatever the current situation is, and why you would be wanting to move on. But not to worry too much. As burdened as you may feel by this situation, we've got the Nine of Wands here. As wounded as you may feel by the situation, you should remember that you are near the end of the journey. And you are being given some support by the world of spirit, because we have the Six of Swords here. This is a reminder that mindset is really key to how this whole situation will play out. Rather than cave in to despair and exhaustion, keep your eye on the prize and change your mindset to one of hope and expectation. You are already in the process of moving yourself to a situation of sanctuary and safety. And part of what will help you to change your mindset is this reminder from this Adinkra symbol, Mary Dani, times change. No condition is permanent, whether it be good or bad. So the fortunate should not boast and the less fortunate should not give up. Indeed, don't give up. This too shall pass. You are already on your way into the new situation. And we know this for a fact because we've got the Ace of Pentacles showing up in the motivation of the situation. There is definitely a new opportunity at hand for abundance. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new project at work. There is some kind of new opportunity that is going to make itself known, that is going to bring in a ton of good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is showing up. I'm getting very, very positive vibes on this. This is definitely good karma, not bad karma. There is definitely a way forward. You might have to compete a little bit in order to get the full benefit here, but without question, this new opportunity is a good one, and it's going to bring a lot of abundance into your life. Something that will help you to access this opportunity is taking a good look in the mirror. Yeah, there may be, a lot of naysayers out there. There may be people, bad-mouthing you and, your friends. It doesn't really matter. What matters most is your own character, your own choices, your own hopes and expectations. By taking a close look in the mirror at who you are and what you want and where you're going, you can realize that the present challenges are just a way to throw into dramatic relief, what you really want. You know that you probably don't want the current circumstances, or, alternatively, maybe you really do want to maintain, the current circumstances. And you just need to figure out ways to deflect those who would undermine your plans one way or the other. What's going on with you directly? You are wistful for the past. You find yourself drifting in a sea of nostalgia, taking a look at times that were earlier and seemed to be easier. These times may have been when you are able to directly access support more quickly from friends and family. You're wanting to remember the good times of the past, so much so that you may be even contemplating past lives that you had, or how certain people in your current circumstances remind you of soulmates that you have been seeking or that you had in the past. The ancestors are telling me that it's actually good for you to be in this contemplative mode about the past. There is something about remembering how far you have come that will provide you a lot of emotional support. And it's looking like you're needing this emotional support and you're needing to give it to others as well, because we have the Son of Baskets, the Page of Cups. There's something here about nourishing your inner child, remembering who you were as a young person, and remembering the moments of joy that is going to bring you a great deal of emotional sustenance during this period, and will actually inspire ideas within you for how to help others. Certainly, another resource that you can look to for support is your ancestors. Fearing your ancestors is fearing yourself. If you don't already have an ancestor altar with pictures and flowers and food and water and candles, you may want to set one up. This act of remembering the deep past, which echoes the Six of Cups energy, is really going to stir within you inspiration and support that you really need at this time. What's in your upper world? The Eight of Pentacles. You're definitely thinking about challenges related to work and career. You're being challenged to be very hardworking, but you probably are already that. The real challenge here is how to bring the King of Wands energy into the work situation. The King of Wands is very vigorous, full of power, knows what to do, has a lot of charm and charisma. You're wanting to develop a reputation for yourself as being like that, being the King of Wands in a work situation. You may want to consult your friendly astrologer for some advice about how to summon your inner King of Wands. There's also something here about, whatever it is that you need to do, acting in divine timing, will really help you out with that. Certainly one way that you can support and nurture yourself is by going for a walk at night and staring up into the night sky and contemplating the stars and connecting yourself with your galactic starseed origins. What's motivating you? The Knight of Brooms, the Knight of Wands. This is practicing to be a King of Wands. This is about bringing a lot of vigor and vim and enthusiasm and can-do-it attitude to the matters at hand. You are very much in training to be a player of sorts, although it's looking like a player at work, rather than in the field of romance. There's something about you really needing to double down and access your deep inner power to move forward. Whatever it is that you're up to, you're being granted the energy to go and get it done. And yet there's also the magic of patience that is needed in this situation. We've got temperance showing up in your motivation as well. You are being granted the ability to balance opposites. There may be opposing positions or differing tensions that are really kind of eating away at you right now, but you're given the ability to sift back and forth between them and integrate them and make them work together harmoniously in an almost angelic fashion so that you can move forward. This is all part of a process of transformation, which is symbolized by the fire salamander. You are undergoing a necessary transformation. Be open to growth and change. Cleanse all areas of your life to restore balance. Let go of whatever it is that you need to let go of. Declutter, both your physical spaces and your mind. Detox your body. Get the rest and the exercise and the proper nutrition that you need in order to support this transformational process. There's a lot of cards out on the tray that have to deal with energy, taking a look at yourself, dealing with obstacles. You may be feeling that you've been put into, the pit of fire, but rest assured, you're not being given any challenge that you cannot handle. You are wanting and needing this transformation. What's going on with the other? The other could be other people in your life, but it could also be, your own unrecognized shadow. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward through the column of cards dealing with the other. The Queen of Machetes is in their middle world. This is about having a no-nonsense attitude that won't tolerate any BS because one has been through a lot. There is a wisdom here that has been gained from having dealt with many challenges in the past. So that is the energy that they are bringing to the table this moonwave cycle. There's a sense here of you're not going to be able to get away, with any nonsense, but then there's also the sense here that you're most likely not to be offering any nonsense either. And that's because it's a fairly high stakes situation because this new opportunity for abundance is at stake, the Ace of Coins. People are getting down to brass tacks because there is a need to make the most of the opportunity at hand because it deals with one's finances, with one's ability to manipulate the material world. The best way to deal with that, whether it's the other doing this or you, is to have a very clear idea of what you want in the situation. Because guess what? Whatever you want or they want, it's going to be happening very soon. Be clear about what you want because within a blink of an eye, it will be yours. The ancestors are saying to be careful what you wish for because you are definitely going to get it. In the upper world of the other is the Two of Pentacles. They're really needing to balance competing priorities. They're really needing to juggle all the different demands that are being made upon them, so they're really super busy. And yet there's this sense of not everything quite coming together just yet because they're waiting for their ship to come in, the Three of Wands. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of timing here that is at play. It's as if, the balance of the balance they need to maintain with all the activities that are on their plate isn't going to be fully achieved until some other thing comes into play. And it's looking like that other thing has something to do with processing shadow issues. The other is really under the gun to access the unconditional love that will help them to face their shadow issues because once they do that, they will be given the gift of renewed life energy. The unconditional love is Hathor, shadow issues are Set, life force energy is Wajet. The other is very much undergoing their own transformation even as you are facing yours. And that transformation is about a final and complete letting go of the past cycle, which has to do with the Queen of Pentacles. In order for the other to feel like they are in charge of their finances, that they are competent, in the world of material abundance, they are really needing to let go of some past ways of thinking, some past habits. It's as if, a new era has arrived here, and in order to rise to the occasion, they really need to step into this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is about being wise about the ways of the material world. They are needing and are most likely getting the energy that they need in order to rise to the occasion. Do not lose your head because you will lose yourself. It's looking like the fires of transformation may make things a little heated this month as people realize that the ways of the past are no longer working, and that means that they themselves are going to have to change in order to move forward. Yes, let's keep that in mind as we move with the moonwave energies. The outcome is the Four of Cups. There is a sense here of, being dissatisfied with the options one has. There may be a boredom, with the current circumstances, and that has a lot to do with a need to wait, to fully appreciate one's circumstances, and to fully access the answers and the options that one needs in order to move forward. Part of this waiting process is about accessing one's inner hermit. There are some lessons that are going to be learned this month about self-reliance, about turning inward rather than turning outward for the answers. The inner illumination that one seeks is going to be accessed from within, not necessarily by turning to others. And you're going to end up being very, very thankful, for this. I know that the overall energy for the month is the overall advice for the month is the Three of Cups, which implies, coming together with others. What one is going to be thankful for is how the interactions with others mirror the self and allow one to fully appreciate the self and inspire within oneself the ideas and the energy that one needs to move forward. So, even though there are these trials and tribulations to be dealt with this moonwave cycle, ultimately you're going to be thankful for how those trials and tribulations inspired you to get together with others who then mirrored to you your own special brand of wonderfulness and competence. In the upper world of the situation is the Star. It is indeed looking like you will get what you want by the end of this moonwave cycle, because this is the ultimate card of wish fulfillment. There's going to be a sense of healing and a sense of recognition that comes out of all the obstacles that you faced during this moonwave cycle. You're also going to find a newfound appreciation for the power of vulnerability. By voicing to others your needs, you will give them the ability to actually help you satisfy those needs, which is a great context to have for the Five of Pentacles. This card represents loss, abandonment, poverty. There's something about, talking to others about the obstacles that you face is going to open up the doorways for those needs to get met, for that situation to be resolved. And it's looking like, the nature of the competition, the nature of the obstacles that you are facing is that it may just come down to a little bit of hateration that is going on. Never give a hater what they want, your energy. By ignoring people who are not your friends, ignoring people who are not helpful to you, ignoring people who do not have your best interests in mind, you're able to conserve your energy and use that energy to find the people who will support you, will give you the ideas and the resources that you need to get what you want. So, keep in mind that things are not as bad as they seem. And by avoiding, getting into arguments with people who, never wanted to agree with you to begin with, you can actually keep yourself on the path to resolving whatever issues come up for you this month. And what's in the motivation of the outcome? We have the Four of Swords not only once, but twice. You are wanting to relax. You are wanting to meditate. You are wanting to contemplate. You are wanting to cultivate your inner space. There is something about turning inward, not taking life too seriously, going on a retreat, taking a vacation. There's something about unplugging that is really going to create all the magic that happens for you this month. It's going to help you avoid all the foolishness. You are worried that by letting go of your frustration, those who are responsible will perceive they have won. Well, they have won because the only one suffering is you. All three of these cards are saying the same thing. You need to unplug, you need to relax, you need to go on a retreat, whether that is a vacation or a staycation. By cutting out unnecessary distractions, by retreating within and learning to appreciate and love yourself, by surrounding yourself only with those who love and support you, by reaching out and being vulnerable, when you need to be, but even more so by just taking a good look at yourself in the mirror and learning to love what you see, you are going to gain access to all the ideas and the energy you need to resolve every last one of your problems this month. Yeah, this is ultimately a very inspiring and uplifting moonwave cycle. What you're going to come to discover is that this Five of Wands foolishness is really a whole lot of nonsense. Let people say whatever they want to say. That world is what you are leaving behind. You're moving into this world. You are going to make major strides towards finding your soul tribe this moonwave cycle. You're going to find new ways to have fun and enjoy yourself in the company of others. And you're going to find that out of that enjoyment of togetherness, you are going to get all the nourishment and inspiration you need to step into a brand new life full of satisfaction. If anything I have said during this moonwave reading has resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. It really helps out the channel. The real magic of these moonwave readings comes alive in the personal readings, which I am available for. Please check out your options in the description box below. Well, my queens and kings, it's looking like you're going to have a challenging but ultimately rewarding moonwave cycle. Enjoy yourself. The ancestors have spoken.